Howdy, howdy, howdy. We are live. We are live. We are live. I'm just waiting to post this up on my Facebook page, y'all. So bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. Let's see. Let's see what we have here. Let's see. Let me get this link. And it's on my Facebook page. If you are on, share on your page. Share on your page. Let's see. We are live. We are live. Get to you guys momentarily. I thank you for y'all patience. It's always something new that we're doing. So I hope you guys like the new intro. Hopefully you guys were able to see it. This is your girl La, and welcome to another episode of Whatever You Say. And since it's whatever I say, let's get into the weekly highlights. I just want to definitely send out love and light to my partner, Quadria Marie, who could not make it today because she is not feeling well. So we're going to send some love to her. And everybody, y'all send up hold up y'all prayer symbols, send up some prayer symbols for my girl as she get herself together, and we hope to see you on the next episode. But the show must go on. So yes, with the weekly highlights, well, let's say a monthly highlight. Shout out to my partner in crime, Carita Lugo, who we just recently threw a garden brunch, and it was very successful. I was so excited about that. We're working on some new ventures together. Everything's going well, especially with the brand Bohemian Noir, where I am a brand ambassador and partner for the business. So make sure you guys go and check out Bohemian Noir clothing line. We're working on new looks for the show. So you'll be seeing some promo for the brand. And also, if you have any promotions that you would like us to put on our platform, please let me know. And I would definitely post it up here. We're all for supporting businesses, independent businesses, and people just in general. That's one of my goals in life, is to let this be a pillar to help a lot of people. So I thank you all for supporting us thus far. This is episode 28. 28, baby. We are in our second year, and I'm just highly excited. One of the reasons why I'm excited, because I will be interviewing my father today, and I didn't know I was going to do it myself, but I'm pretty excited, and it's going to be really dope because it's a lot of gems, which made me who I am today. And I know that it's going to be a lot of things that can help you guys as well, just moving forward. So let's see what we got going on here. As always, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Make sure you are sharing this content with your friends. Send a text message out, whether you are looking at us via Facebook. Share this, and whether you are looking at us via YouTube, please share with your friends. The more the merrier. Okay, this has been a heck of a year, and this is my first time hosting a show by myself, and little nervous, but this ain't nothing new to me. Y'all, for the ones that know me, know that I'm a socialite just in general. So without further ado, y'all help me introduce my father. Hey, Leisha, that's one of my sisters. Make sure y'all check her out. We have some things coming, baby. We have a lot of things coming. I'm part of a group called Stuck in Your Feelings, and definitely it's just, and a part of a women's group at my church, Diamond Street Church. So yeah, shout out to my church, and shout out to my sisters of Diamonds in the Rough. So without further ado, Let's see what we got going right here. Let's give a healthy hand clap to Superman Mike Atkins. Whoop, whoop,
Yeah.
whoop, 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 whoop.
What's up?
What's up? How are you today?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed as always. How
I
you
know.
doing?
Right. I'm doing good, thank you, and I'm so happy to have you on the show because we get to sit down and have a one-on-one together, and you get an opportunity to really help out a lot of people that are watching tonight or who's going to watch in the future. I feel like this is going to bring a lot of insight to just people in general. There's just so much aspects to you that people can
hmm
learn from. But let people know who you are, what's your name, and tell us about you before we get into the interview.
Good evening, everybody. It's Superman Mike, Toya's father, fitness professional, and nutritionist, and basically a hell of a guy. That's about it. Nothing too exciting about me. I'm boring.
No, you're not. So, how did you get into fitness? We're going to start off with the fitness aspect of it all. How did you get into fitness?
Well, actually, I've been an athlete all my life. I played sports when I was younger in high school, and then I injured my knee, so I couldn't actually play team sports anymore. So I've always been a person that needed to do something to challenge yourself. And I've always been a competitive person, so I had to find something else, another outlet that was going to allow me to express myself through activity.
Mm,
And I started training. I started working out myself. And then as I started working out myself, I became very knowledgeable and I started to pay attention to what I was doing and how it was affecting my body. And then I went on and I got certified as a personal trainer. Then I became a sports nutritionist and people started wanting to train with me, and I just took it from there. And I've been training now for the last 25, going on 30 years.
Speaking of 25, 30 years, that takes a lot of discipline to get into something like this. We have one of your viewers who actually sent in a question for us to, for me to personally ask you. So I'm gonna post it up here on the screen so everybody can see. They said, I noticed you post each day, and one of your posts was about motivation. Have you ever had difficulties with being motivated? And for people who lack motivation, what would you say to them? That's a good question.
People always uh, rate their action off motivation. And basically, motivation, everybody has motivation. And what you got to understand about motivation, you got to listen to the word itself. Motivation is basically a motive. It's
Mm,
not somebody yelling and screaming at you. It's not somebody having to inspire you or encourage you to do what you need to do. Motivation is just basically knowing what needs to be done. A motive. A motive is a reason you're doing something. And if you're overweight, if you feel like you're out of shape, you feel like you need to work out, that gives you all the motive you need to do what you need to do. So what needs to motivate you is the fact that you know what you need to do with yourself.
mm,
Nobody else can actually tell you that. So
mm.
the motivation got to come from within. Motivation comes and goes. You understand? Some days you're gonna feel good about it, some days you're gonna feel bad about it. What we need to understand, we need to do is discipline ourselves to get it done no matter how we feel.
Right.
That's what's going to that and then as we look for motivation first. As you continue to train, as you get to the gym, you'll become more motivated as you're there.
Mm,
You understand what I'm saying? Because we look for motivation to be there in the beginning, and a lot of times it won't be.
right.
But as long as you have a motive to do what you're doing, and a motive is, like I said, a reason to do what you're doing. Understand that things don't happen without action.
Mm,
Your motive has to be your action, putting
right.
forth effort to get the goals that you're after.
Right.
That's basically our motivation. Because everybody motivated, you ain't gonna wake up amped to go all the time.
No.
So you can't say the hell with it just because you're not amped up. You got to be disciplined to know what needs to be done anyway.
Right.
That's
I
basically it.
agree. And speaking of discipline, that's what Leisha said just now. That's funny. Like everything's kind of like falling into place. So that this is a good interview so far. And then also we have a Lynn. Shout out to Lynn, who says I've known Mike back when he was Clark Kent until the impressive Super Mike of today. He is motivation personified. I know that's right. I know that's
Absolutely.
um
Thank you, Lynn.
thank you, Lynn. So how does fitness, here goes another one, how does fitness affect other areas of your life?
All right, basically, you know what? When I got into fitness, when I started training people, it wasn't just to get people in shape.
Hmm.
A lot of times when we feel like we can't achieve certain things, when we can't get certain things done, we get down on ourselves and we actually won't even try. See, self-doubt killed more dreams than failure ever would. So the bottom line is that we won't try things that we don't believe that we're capable of getting done. So basically, what the question she just asked is that, hold on, what was the damn question?
How does fitness affect areas of your life?
Uh, yeah,
Other areas.
when you realize that you get into the gym and you start achieving the goals that you're after, you start making the progress that you know you're going to make, and that you see that you're reaching your goals, and that you're killing your goals. You're moving forward. You're moving faster and faster into obtaining what you was after. You realize that same discipline is the discipline we need in all areas of life in order to achieve anything. You know what I mean? The same, and before discipline, you got to have belief in yourself. When
Right.
you believe in yourself, you can get anything done. You understand?
Right.
So no matter what nobody say, you can get anything done as long as you believe in yourself. And what you do, what happens in the gym is that we accomplish a lot of things that we didn't think we would be able to accomplish.
Right.
And as we accomplish them things in the gym, when we move out into life,
Yeah.
and out in the world, we start to have more confidence in ourselves that we can get more done.
Right. And now I like that because I didn't think about it from that aspect. I'm thinking like more on a like mental health side, because like with me, growing up, I was a sensitive person, but like having you in my life and like enforcing that like discipline around me,
Hmm.
that's something that like I run to like when I'm stressed out and things of that nature. I run to the gym. That's something that helps get my mind together and things of that nature. So
Right,
that's
right.
another good way to look at it. I think I need to be a little bit more disciplined when it goes to the gym. But that was a
Absolutely.
nice way to look at it. We got Eric Christie saying blessed up, who chimed in. Shout out to Eric Christie, who owns Caribbean Touch Food Truck. Make sure y'all look out for him. And Alicia saying that is the truth. Thank you all for chiming in. Keep y'all comments coming. I'm so grateful for y'all support tonight. Thank you. So another thing is like I see that, well, a lot of us know that you are married, and I see that like, mommy, she's like a very supportive person. How important is that to have like a partner in your life that's supportive of something like this? Because being a trainer, a lot of women may not be so comfortable with that, but I see how confident and comfortable she is and how supportive she is in regards to your career.
Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right. Because one thing about what I do, I train majority women, and Barbara, my wife, has been with me since I became a trainer, and I have nothing to do with her confidence and with her trust in me. She know who she married. You know what I mean? And the bottom line is that she know that I love her. And
Mhm.
when I'm dealing with business, business is business. I don't have no time for nothing else. And well, not most, all of my clients respect that. All of my clients, they know my wife. I put
Yeah,
my wife out there. They
yeah.
know my wife as the boss.
Shout out to the boss.
Whatever functions we have, my clients come, my wife is there.
Right.
Whatever show I go to, I'm a competitive bodybuilder. That's a lot of support too. My wife actually prepares all my meals and make sure I take my supplements at the right time, and she, get me up when I don't want to get up. She's very supportive in getting me to do the things I need to do in order to reach the goals that I'm after. And right now, that the question about being comfortable in her skin, as far as me training women, we've never even had an issue with that problem.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I took a certain type of picture and she didn't like it, she would just tell me, yo, take that picture down. That's it. I said,
Right.
oh, okay. And that's it. And I noticed she didn't like it. There would never be another picture like that go up. And this is certain types of pictures I take of my clients sometimes as they working out. And I might catch them in some, natural positions, and we're doing things they're doing with the weights and everything. If
Right.
she don't like the picture, she tell me to take the picture down. I take the picture down. Bottom line,
Right.
there's no argument.
And
But
I've noticed that for years. I've noticed that for years, like how supportive she is, how happy she is, and how
I,
much of a cheerleader.
she's my biggest fan. She's the loudest one at any show. Hmm.
Oh,
Absolutely.
and what do you say for those men? Because there are some men that are in the gym and they want to do the same thing as you. But what do you say for those guys who it's hard for them to, how do they stay focused being in a position like that? Because I've seen you come like you came home every day. You're very disciplined. You wake up real early, like as far as like 3 a.m. in the morning. What do you
Every day.
those I mean for eons. And it's just like, what do you say for those men? Because it's men that want to get into the field, but sometimes they don't have the same mindset. They don't have the same mindset of like, staying focused, that they let that lust or what have you, whatever you want to call it, get in the way and defocus them on their goal, basically.
Yeah, well, one thing about that is, well, firstly, the first part of the question is the focus, and what you expect from your clients. You have to be what you want your clients to become. My getting up early in the morning and getting to the gym early in the morning is because I believe that you prepare yourself for your day throughout your morning, and I never let the morning beat me. So basically, what I do is that I get up 2:40 every morning, and I'm at the gym by 3:30. That's because I want to beat the morning. I want to beat the world. I call that beating the world because, see, a lot of times when you don't get up at the time, you get to the gym 10 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 in the afternoon, whatever. A lot of things come up. You got to go pick up the kids. You can't get away from work. You got to work overtime. A lot of things come up. So I decided that I was going to train before the world woke up and
Mm,
get these things done. A lot of guys that train nowadays, they do average stuff. They're not above average in the sense where they're doing more than the average person is doing. You
right.
know yourself, Toya. You ain't ever since you was small, when you got out of bed, I was never home.
Never.
I was already at the gym every single day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Y'all saw me when I got home in the evening. So the
Right.
bottom line is the focus has to be on the business. And when it comes to that lustful mess and all that, you have to separate that mess because the bottom line, one trainer told me, he said, once you start that mess, the money stop coming. Bottom line. First of all, it's a business. It's supposed to make money. Once you
Right.
start that mess with messing with these women and trying to, sleep with these women as you training them, the money gonna stop. So
Right.
and then if you're married, you know what I mean? One thing this would never happen with me, but one thing I explain to a lot of the guys that I deal with that's made the mistake of doing things like that. I tell, listen, man, these people know your wife. They know your girlfriend. Don't make your girlfriend look like a fool to these people.
Mm,
Have some type of self-respect, have some type of dignity, and have some type of self-restraint and focus on your business.
right.
You understand what I'm saying? And maybe it's maybe I'm up on that because I'm older. I'm older now, but a lot of young guys are doing training now, and a lot of
Right.
young
A
guys
lot.
gonna have to learn the hard way. They learn
Right.
the hard way, and they lose out in the process. Then some of them may just get past it. But the main focus has to be is to get these people in shape.
Right.
In and out, in and out. Ain't none of that playing around. All that other message, you don't have time for that.
Right.
You know what I mean? My wife I come home at the same time every single day.
You do. You make sure you make it home for
It's,
dinner.
it's it's not a moment. It's not a moment she can't call me that I'm not answering the phone. When she texts me, I'm not texting back.
Right.
I'm always available to her, and she knows that. And that's not because we got some type of trust issue. It's
Right.
because I'm her husband and we speak to each other.
Right. Yeah,
But
actually like
no,
each
yeah, we never had that problem.
other.
Ain't no time for that, man. You gotta work, you gotta grind. When you after a goal,
Hmm.
you got to have laser beam focus. Like when it comes to training in New Jersey, I'm one of the most
No,
what you say, I ain't gonna say dominant. I'm not. I'm gonna say successful trainers.
and respect it.
respected also, because you got people that train one person here, one person. I train 30 people a day,
Mm,
every day, except for the weekends. I might train 15, 20. But I train a ton of people, and it's simply because I stay focused and
right,
I get people results. And
right.
that's what we're after. That's the main object. Now, if you lose focus of that and you're on some other mess,
That's not
your business is going to suffer.
right. Right, right, right. Oh, you're
You know
talking
what I
about
mean?
the business aspect of a person who's training. Yeah, your business.
Right, right. And then you got you young guys, you got clubs, you got supper clubs, you got all this other mess to go do that mess. That don't do that at your place of business. Then you
Right,
got no time for that. Especially if you're single, I get it. But the gym is not the place for that.
right,
You know what I mean? Your results will suffer.
right,
Not to mention your business.
right.
Yeah, you got it's a time and a place for everything.
It definitely is. And one thing I do want to touch base on is a lot of your motivational messages. You put a lot of
Hmm.
messages out there every morning for people
Hmm.
to listen to, and sometimes I'm thinking like, oh, he was speaking to me, but I think it's messages.
Yeah, a lot of people say that.
Yeah, a lot of and I appreciate the messages that you put out there for women in general. Like you put out messages for men too. You don't leave them out, but especially like you,
Yeah, I
I,
tend to empower women
yeah. And why is
because
that?
I train a lot of women and I watch them go through things. You
Hmm.
know, a trainer sometimes is like a bartender. We training people and people confide in us and they talk to us about certain things. And then you realize, that you care about them so much, and you just sit there and you try to give them advice, but people going to do what they do, and love is a big deal. So it's like I've watched women go through things over the years of training, and I've actually seen some of them diminish
Right, right, right,
because of going through certain. I've seen some women that was dynamic,
right.
doing shows, graduating college, doing things, beautiful job and everything, then meet the wrong guy and end up
Yeah,
with no aspirations, no goals,
right,
no energy, simply because of relationship.
right.
You can't allow these relationships to steal your joy.
Being codependent.
And
Hmm.
absolutely, absolutely. And people don't understand you can actually be with somebody and still be with yourself.
Right. Hmm.
People
It's
like to be with somebody and lose themselves. You can't be with somebody and lose yourself.
right, right.
Yeah. So basically,
That's what I appreciate about you. That's why I think to an extent I try like, to make sure that I set boundaries for myself. So then that way I normally I'm always fighting to still have that sense of um self-awareness so I can be able to I need to focus on me first. I can't
absolutely.
anybody unless I'm doing well
Wow.
myself. So it's definitely something that I really appreciate from you, like growing up. I'm sorry.
Mhm. Yeah, I hear you.
Even if it's not while I'm growing up now, even if I don't get the personal talks from you, I get it from your messages, and I
You're
just
right.
need to give you your flowers today because
The phone down.
I wouldn't if I didn't have a person like you in my life, I would just be settling for anything.
Absolutely. It
Very
may,
important for women to have a male figure in their life, whether it be uncle, anything. I always say it's not about who does it, as long as it gets done, and like it.
absolutely.
Mm,
And that's why I try to be as subtle as I can with my messages, but subtlety don't work hard. The truth works. Subtlety is sometimes a lie
mm-hmm.
because you want to spare people feelings. You understand what I'm saying? And in sparing people feelings, you spare the truth. The truth is the only thing that's going to open people's eyes to situations that's going on in their life that's going to make them understand that they may need to make changes. Because
Right,
a lot of people are scared of change. They don't know what's on the other side of change. But the bottom line, if you look at your situation, anything that is changed to got to be better than where you at.
right,
And a lot of times we don't how many times people don't got involved with somebody and then next you're in a bad situation. You don't want to leave the person, you don't want to leave the situation, and then something happens where God removes you anyway.
right,
And then you out there on your own. Then next thing you know, 2 weeks later, you're doing good.
right,
You said, "Wow, I'm really doing all right. I'm doing better." And
Right.
then we would have never found that better had God not removed us. And the thing is, people got to understand when things are not going right in your life, it's because we choosing the wrong.
Right.
And then we have to open our eyes, open our minds, and ask who's important. Then we got to choose our right.
Right.
'Cause
Right.
when we're doing something wrong, we always know what the right thing is.
Right.
And
Right.
and we need the courage to understand that we got to make the move to get you right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. And Alicia said, sometimes our conscience is broken when we lose focus. I totally agree. I totally.
Absolutely.
And then Lynn said, facts, you can't be, just going back to what you were saying, she said, you can't be professional and a player. And that role, only one will be your legacy. Word of mouth goes two ways.
Absolutely. You know, it's like people just need to. I mean, for myself, these are things in the past. Like I had to train myself to focus on certain things, do things
Right,
right. Right now, everything is on automatic with me. I got autopilot now.
right,
It's like I have a routine.
right.
I have certain things, rituals that I do every single day. I have do the same things every day, and I approach my day as if I'm going to be successful today.
Mhm.
And a lot of things don't fit in that. And if I'm doing something that's not going to pour life into me, I know that I'm not going to get the benefits of what I'm looking for. So I'm like if I'm it's like a lot of people, they do wrong shit and they expect right to happen. A lot of times we sit around, we talk about how did this happen. There ain't no how did nothing happen. We always give energy to whatever happened.
Mm, mm,
And no matter when we give that energy, we sit back and whether we hurt, whether we just disrupted, or whether we depressed, we ask why me and how did this happen to me? Don't nothing happen to us without our own permission.
I know.
You understand what I'm saying? No matter what nobody do, no matter what nobody say, no matter what happens, don't nothing happen without our involvement. So we got to understand, what are you involving yourself in? Where are
And,
you trying to go? What
I
is
know,
your intentions?
right,
And if you don't understand how to direct yourself, you end up anywhere.
right.
And this is the power of being an adult. This is maturity.
I know.
And
Everybody, mm-mm.
a lot of
Everybody,
times, people don't want to grow up.
oh my gosh. Everybody, I got this growing up all the time. So this talk you hear, I hear this all the time. My dad gives me tough love,
Yeah,
a strong approach, but it's just like he give me what it is. That's why I choose to have certain people in my life that's not going to be yes people a lot of times. And sometimes my friends be like, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to. No, you're not being mean. I need this type of energy around me because that's what I'm used to. I don't want somebody that's like, yes, 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 because I don't want to fall. Like, I don't want to fall. And I think it's very important. Like, you have
no,
friends
true
that
true friends gonna keep it 100.
right, right.
You know what I mean? Friends that just got you there because they want to go to the club with you, or friends that got you there because they want to ride in your car, or they want to spend your money. They gonna say whatever they need to say to keep you happy. True friends gonna say what you need to hear.
Right,
I've
right,
lost friends that being honest with a friend, I've lost them for a minute, but then after they actually digested everything, they came back. They
right.
said, you know what, Mike, I appreciate the honesty. That's listen, man, that's all I could do. That's all I got for you. Because if you expected me to lie, I can't help you with that.
I can't. I
The
really,
truth is the only thing that's going to, but how long have you been hearing that? The truth shall set you free. Don't nobody take that seriously.
we don't.
But people know it.
Yeah.
People choose to be delusional.
Well, we just choose to be God. We choose to
We want to control,
we,
right?
right. We want to control the narrative of our lives. We want to make our own decisions. We get the red flags. We ask God for help. He'll give us the answers.
But
But
then the thing is,
until it get bad, until it hit the fan, then we want to, you know,
right. But you hear what you said, Toya? You said our lives.
yeah,
Most of the time, it's not even our own life we want to control the narratives of. We want to control the narratives of other people's lives. We want people to act the way we want them to act, to do the things we
right,
want them to do in the times we want them to do them, and that's never going to happen.
right.
I'm talking to this young lady that's basically, she got out of a relationship.
Mm.
Now she's dating 5 guys. I'm like, she said, I'm living my best life. I said, you're going to be upset every day.
Yeah,
I said,
exactly.
because one of them are going to do the wrong thing every day.
But and you know what? And I think that's the new thing because I talked about it on one of my episodes. They call that having a roster. They have it. It's this new thing where people get a roster and then you got to have all these people. But what I realized is that I can't keep up and remember everybody's stuff. Like
Somebody gonna break your heart every day.
Somebody gonna break your heart, or you gonna forget the conversation you had with somebody and mix it with the next conversation with the next
Right.
person. It's
And even so, it's like somebody gonna disappoint you every day.
Right.
So
Exactly. It's
why
like,
people are trying to find other people and they ain't found them damn selves yet.
right. And I do believe that we don't take the time, we as people, and I have been guilty of that, not taking the time to heal, because sometimes you can be so hurt, and then you're moving in vulnerability. You're the person that's filling that space. You're attracting the wrong type of energy, or the wrong type of person. You're actually attracting somebody in this kind of in the same likeness as you, in a sense, because you're hurt people, hurting people.
Hurt people.
You got two hurt people trying to make it work, because we think we got so much in common. We got something in common. This ain't no, who that, Bobby and Whitney? I ain't trying to be the next Bobby and Whitney out here. Like, no, we ain't got nothing in common. We ain't got nothing in common. But no, we need to both be healed. I think it's important, like, because I've been in therapy and stuff like that. Shout out to my counselor, Alicia. Shout out to, like, just like, I think it's very important to, like, put yourself in therapy. And before I met Leisha, I was in I was in therapy with another counselor as well. But I think it's very important to get that self-healing. But a lot of times we don't, in our society, like, even as Black people in general, Black people don't want to go to counseling because they think it's like,
Black people don't like therapy.
Yeah, Black people don't like therapy.
They're getting more in tune to it now, though. More in tune to it now.
Yeah, I think that it's a thing, especially during the pandemic. Where
let me tell you one thing about therapy, though.
What about it?
When you go on to see a therapist, a lot of times, 90% of the people don't tell the exact nature of the situation.
Right, they don't. They don't keep it real.
See, one thing we don't want to be too vulnerable to anybody. I don't care whether it's a professional or a bum in the street. We don't want to be too vulnerable to anybody. So we're not going to tell them the exact nature of what's actually going on. And can nobody help you without knowing the exact nature? So that's why a lot of people don't improve through therapy, because they're not telling the therapist what's really going on.
Right.
We don't want to sit there and look like fools. But because we're sitting there taking something, or we're allowing something to go on in our life, we're allowing somebody to treat us a certain way. We keep doing the same things over. We keep stealing, or we keep gambling, or we oversexed, or we doing all this. We don't want to tell that. We're not going to tell all that because we don't want to be looked at as an idiot.
Right.
That's why therapy is not working. I'm not going to say for everybody, but for a lot of people, because people ain't telling the truth. People going there lying.
They going there just giving one layer.
They give one layer. They tell what they want to tell. They don't tell the exact nature of what's really got them screwed up.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when I'll give this advice to anybody that's going to therapy: tell the truth.
Right.
Keep it 100, because the only way you can get help if they know the exact nature of what's going on with you. Because if they don't know what's really going on with you, they're gonna help you on issues that you really don't even need.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what's up with that. And another thing about therapy is that you have to go there with the notation in your mind that it's gonna help.
Right.
A lot of people go there thinking that this ain't gonna help anyway.
Yeah.
When it does help if you open up. You know what I mean?
Right. And do your research and make sure you get the right counselor for you. Like, do your research.
And the funny thing is that Toya, tell you, I was a counselor for years before I started training people.
I was gonna bring that up. That's funny you said that.
I was a mental health associate, and I was a drug and alcohol abuse counselor. And I helped a lot of people. I done a lot with a lot of people. It's just that wasn't my dream. I needed to do what I love to do, and I'm doing what I love to do now. But I actually enjoyed helping people, and I do it now still free.
Yep, you do it for free. You put it out there.
You know what I mean? But basically, I've actually, was a professional counselor for a long time.
Yeah.
But like I said, everybody don't want to tell everything that's going on with them.
Right.
But they want the help. So you got to be real with them counselors or with the therapists if you really actually want help from the situation.
Right. And that's why I come to you a lot of times, even if it's crying.
I don't spare people's feelings when it comes down to talking about what's going on. Because it's not going to help. Toya, I done cussed Toya out in many ways about different things. You know what I mean? And let her understand. I never called her stupid and I never told her idiot. I let her realize that herself. You understand what I'm saying? I never stopped her from doing anything that wasn't dangerous. I never stopped. I would tell her mother, I said, no, let her, she gonna be all right. Because Toya is smart, and I knew that. So I knew that sooner or later she gonna come around.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And actually, and every time she did.
Good.
So,
Yeah. My
and
dad.
I'm stern. And in some things, as a man of a home, as a man of a house, man of the household, man of a family,
Right. Please get into
you
it. I
should
want to talk about that. Go ahead.
you should not have to open your mouth for your family to respect your wishes.
Mm.
If you doing the right thing as a man in your home as with your family, your look should be enough.
Yeah.
When they look at you and see your face, and when they know your standards, and they know what your boundaries, they know what you accept and what you're not going to accept. It's things they're not going to do, and it's things that they're not going to bring to you because they know that you're not even going to accept it.
Yes.
And it's all in the realms of nurturing a family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've often was the one they was mad at because I was a disciplinary. I was the one like, no, you ain't going no damn way. You crazy? I
Mm-hmm.
was the one that was, what are you doing? No, no, it's late. No. Can
Right.
somebody, no, they can't come over. No.
Nope.
I was always the one that had to do that. So they was mad at me all the time, but they love me, so the madness go away sooner or later. But I was always the one that had to set the boundaries.
Right.
And as a man, that's what we have to do. We can't just let things go on any kind of way because the household has to have some type of structure.
And I think that's what I appreciated was your masculinity and what we're getting into
Mm-hmm.
nowadays with a lot of men. There, it's a lot. Somebody's laughing. Y'all laughing at me. So like one thing I appreciate was your masculinity and what's happening now. It's a lot of men who are definitely like you. They have more feminine traits than masculine, and
Don't
then
be
they
scared to say it. They moist. They moist. They feminine. That's it. Don't be
yeah.
scared to say it. For
I
real. Because the
know,
bottom
like,
line,
I'm just
let me
trying to
tell
be
you
like
something.
cautious because I don't want to start a gender war, but it's just
No, no,
not all
it ain't that. It's the
men like
reality. It's the reality of what's going on.
now you're on the internet and men are like, I don't like disrespecting women highly. And I'm just saying here, like, they are forgetting their roles
As
as
men,
men in society. And I'm just like, this is crazy. I didn't grow up around this. I didn't grow up around a man who was petty. I didn't grow up around a man who argued with women. When
right?
you seen us in the household, hashtag moist and make sure y'all hashtagging moist out there. Um, but when you grow up around a man who exudes a certain type of ability, and then like you meet these men, and be like, oh my goodness, like these guys definitely they didn't grow up in a household with a man or something. It has to be something about them because I'm just like, this is very different. Like a lot of guys in this new millennium, they're like really trying to go toe to toe with a woman. And I
Yeah,
know there
what
are
it
men
is.
out there that are like working in like they have a lot of aggression. So it makes sense because they will push a man to a point. But if it gets to that point, I'm thinking like, I seen you walk away. You don't be sitting there like
Hmm.
saying,
I
you
don't
know,
argue. I'm not gonna argue about wives. That's men being emotional. They being emotional. Women are emotional. Women just solve all the most to deal with most of their problems 80% emotionally. Now we got men dealing with problems more emotional than any time in my life. They crying. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with a man crying. But what I'm saying is that you got to understand that you got to have a strong foundation of masculinity to stand on to be respected as a man. I never argue because I put my foot down. You
mm,
understand what I'm saying? Now I call my everybody on Instagram, on Facebook. No, I call my wife the boss
right,
because I don't call none of the shots. I don't call the mall. I don't tell you what mall we going to. I don't say what movie we going to. I don't say what we eating that night. I don't
yeah,
say nothing. I don't call none of the shots. She
yeah,
run this shit totally. And but when it's time for me to put my foot down, not about petty shit, but
yeah,
about real things that's going on in life. No, no, no. We're not doing that.
right,
You know what I'm saying? And that's the bottom line. But
right,
as far as her wanting to do something, these jokers are arguing with these women over the smallest shit. When
right,
in actuality, you haven't given her a reason not to be more dependent for herself because you're not presenting the man that she needs.
right.
Like I don't know how many men come home with flowers or candy or open the door for their wife or their girlfriend or let them go through the door first or open the car door or whatever. Chivalry should not be dead. So you treat these women good and expect them to treat you good.
Mm,
When they take care of you, my wife takes excellent care of me. She takes excellent care of the family. I put it that way. So
yeah,
the bottom line is that by me returning that respect and that love and that honor to her is by me being the man that I am
right.
and showing up for the family. And you got a lot of guys. I'm not even gonna talk about the clothes or the hair or whatever they do, 'cause that's people preference. That's what they want to do. That's their choice. It's just certain shit I'm not going to wear or certain haircuts I'm not getting. You
Yeah,
understand what I'm saying? And but not even that. A lot of these guys are not even, I'm not going to say gay. A lot of them are not even gay. They're just emotional.
yeah.
They sissies.
Mm,
They respond instead of responding in a masculine way that you know what we're gonna do. They even do that with each other. They go. You got more men gossiping than women now.
I just shout out to my friend Charles. We were just talking about that.
We got more men gossiping and cackling than
Yeah,
women now. You know
definitely.
what I mean? You got a lot of men hanging out together, chilling. You understand what I'm saying? And they woman home somewhere trying to do whatever, or somewhere else doing whatever, and then they upset that they're not getting the attention that they should get when
Right.
your big interest is being on the block. You're being with the fellas. And
Mm,
at a certain age,
you want to be with your men more than you want to be with your woman.
right?
Like
At a certain age,
I never
I
understood that
think
when I
in Corinthians, I think I posted it. It's out of Corinthians. It said, when I was a child, I spoke as a child. I spoke as a child. I acted as a child.
yeah,
But when I became a man,
put
I
away
had
the
to put away the childish things.
amen. You better top that
And,
top.
and, and that's what we need to understand. When you mature as a man, there's certain things you don't need to be doing.
Period.
You know what I mean? And even as adults, period. My daughter tell you, Toya tell you, I should be a club head. I
Yeah.
go to the club 3-4 times a week. And at one point I thought to myself,
Wait them 2
what
weeks.
what am I getting out of this? I wasn't getting nothing else out of it. And I was like, because I'm at the club calling my wife.
Yeah.
I'm at the club, she home, I'm on the phone with her for an hour. I'm at the club. I said, why don't I just carry my simple ass home?
Right.
And that was the last night I went out.
Yeah.
And then every night, even on the weekends, I was at the club. I'm calling my wife. What you want me to bring you home? You want some White Castle? You want some McDonald's? You want some Dunkin' Donuts? I'm still thinking about her, but I could have been home with her the whole time. But I was so in tune, excuse me, in tune with being with the crowd
Right.
that I was forgetting my responsibility as a man to my wife. And we wasn't married at the time, but still, we was together for 14 years. But
Right.
so I knew that, she home and she never sweat that mess at all because she know I wasn't the type to go running from woman. I don't jump from woman to woman. I don't do that. So it's like I said, one second. Then the next week, I'm telling you the guys on the truth. This is a true story. The next week, she took me some clothes and she said, "Oh, you can wear this tonight." Boom, smasher. I said, "I'm not going nowhere." She said, "You're not going out. This was a Saturday night." I said, "No." She said, "Why not?" I said, I'm done with that mess." I said, I'm on the phone with you an hour while I'm there. What I'm going for? What I really want is you. I'm here." So that was the end of my clubbing.
I remember when you stopped. You used to like back in the day. I know it's some people that's watching whatever, but I remember you used to have your little Versace.
Yeah, them gator belts and
Yes,
linen suits. You
yes,
know what I
like
mean? Yeah, I
and then
used to be
like you
clean.
stopped going, and I was like, why? Like you just stopped going,
I
and then
just stopped
going.
because I saw no more purpose in it. It served my life no purpose at all.
Your mommy stopped going after a while,
Yeah,
and
she stopped.
like
She
you
stopped about a year before me.
yeah, and you wasn't going like every week, but you was still
No, yeah, I
going
would step out there once in a while, but that's
once
something.
in a
Man,
while. And then
this
it
is
was like
mess.
I remember you guys to go to the Players Clubs and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
we used to go to the Peppermint Lounge, Sir Richard,
So Rich's Club
Club
88.
88. Yeah, and
So
and and what was happening is that you got 50, 60-year-old guys still up in there, 60, 55, 60-year-old women, the old people up in the club, trying to recapture them same times they had back then. When them times is gone,
yeah,
them times is gone. It's supposed to be other things going on in your life.
yeah.
I read in a book about a millionaire uh, and all entrepreneurs, one of the most important things they gave up when they became serious about becoming the people that they are, the successful people that they are, they
Yeah.
gave up the weekend.
Mm,
They didn't give up the women. They didn't give up the shopping. They gave up the weekend.
mm.
They said, this is enough of this. So they start working. They worked on the week. And Toya, what you know, I work you ain't
Yeah.
never known me to be home Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
I work every single day.
I know you get up very early.
And even on Sunday and Saturday, I'm at the gym 4 a.m.
What the Bible says, he's going to work work about a sweat at his brow, and it's like that's just
Right.
a lot of discipline I've seen growing up. I'm praying to get more there. I mean, like I think like I have a good amount of it, but I definitely needed this reminder. I definitely needed this episode to definitely help get me into a better headspace.
Yeah, yeah. You know what's the funny thing? Is that all of us know what to do.
Right,
Everybody know what to do. We just got to get the discipline,
right.
excuse me, in order to do it.
Don't they say you do something for like 14 days straight and then it creates like a routine and then it's
Right.
like
And then it's all mindset. It's all mindset. Cause see, it's our mind that when you think about something, let me give you a scenario. If you in a Toy, if you in say Marshalls or you in Nordstrom's, I don't care where you are, you
right.
got 3 dresses, you got a pair of shoes, and you got a blouse on your way to the cashier. You
Mhm.
get to the cashier and the line is long. As you in the line, you moving up, and as you move up, you put a dress up. You say, you know what, I really don't need this. You
Right.
hang it up on the rack where it don't belong. Then
Mm,
you move up more. I really don't need these shoes either. I got this color already. Put the shoes somewhere where they don't belong. Then you only got a dress and a blouse by the time you get to the cashier. Then when you get to the cashier, you say, you know what, I really don't want the blouse. Just give me the dress. That's how fast the mind changes when you make a decision. That's
mm.
why I tell people when you make a decision to do anything, do it immediately because your mind will change in a split second. Just like when people say they want to start a fitness program, they say, I'm going to start working out tomorrow. But then you don't get up that day. Throughout that day, your mind is going to tell you 100 reasons why you really don't need to work out.
Right.
Our mind is designed to keep us stressless. And anything that we need to do is actually stress to us. So it's like when we get ready to do something we really don't want to do, but we need to do, we in stress. So the mind's job is to keep us away from stress. So the mind tell us, well, don't do it.
Mm,
And then we listen to the mind and then we don't get nothing done. How many people on this broadcast right here done told themselves they're going to start working out tomorrow and ain't got there yet?
mm.
You know what I'm saying? Simply because the mind keep telling you that it's not necessary. The mind keep telling you you can start tomorrow. The mind keep telling you to start next week. But the bottom line, until you get there, you'll never be satisfied with where you at because when you know you need to do something, let me tell you something. Ain't nothing like achievement.
Right.
Ain't nothing like achievement, and ain't nothing like failure. A feeling of failure will have you depressed and inadequate.
Mm,
The feeling of achievement will have you elated
right.
and feeling good about yourself.
Mm,
But seldom do we achieve the things that we consider small.
mm,
We'll always get the rent paid. We'll always get the gas and electric. We'll get our cell phones paid.
mm.
But we will not do the things that we actually need to better our lives because if we don't do it, we'll still be the same person we are. And people are accepting who we are. So why change?
Mm.
But we know what we need. You
Right.
know what I mean? So we got to be understanding to ourselves and say, you know what? It ain't about everybody else. When you live for everybody, that's what social media is about. Social media is about pleasing the crowd, pleasing everybody else. Millions of people we don't even know. We want them people to be happy with us.
Mm,
So how many people post their bad days? Not many. How many people post when they sad and cried when they man done cheated on them and when somebody done stole something from them? Nobody posts that. We all post the good shit that's going on in our life. That's what we want people to see.
yeah.
But the bottom line, we got other things going on in our life that we're not going to post because we actually don't consider it our life. What we put on social media, we want people to see as who we are. And a lot of times it's a bunch of bullshit.
Mm,
You understand what I'm saying? But the bottom, but what's happening is that uh, uh, I've gotten out the my man told me, he said, Mike, I post, right?
I'm drinking
I
juice.
post, I post. I post significant stuff about training, about motivation, about relationships, about self love.
Yeah.
I don't get a lot of likes. I get like maybe if I get 50, 60 likes, I'm good.
Mm.
Right? And I see people get 500, 1,000 likes. And somebody asked me about that. You know what I mean? And I said, you know what? I'm trying to reach a crowd. Long as the
Genuine
people
people. Yeah. Your core.
that actually look at it and see that it's of
Right. It's
something of
helping
substance,
somebody.
that's
Right.
important to me.
That's all that's important.
I said, I don't need 1,000 likes from 1,000 people that don't mean shit.
Right.
I
Quality.
need the people that's actually trying to improve their lives, you know, and improve their mental health.
Right.
That's going to pay attention to this post and say that maybe I needed to hear that.
Right.
That's something that I need to do. I
Right.
don't need a bunch of Indians from Bangladesh liking my shit because it's just getting a lot of likes. I don't need that.
Right.
I need, and I tell them quicker than her. I say, all right, you getting the 500 likes. I
Right.
said, you know what? I post, and 50% of my likes make me money. 50% of my posts make me money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this is about. My business.
Right.
I'm not trying to give y'all my whole life. Y'all won't see me in the dentist. You're not gonna see me at the doctor's office.
You'll see me in the
You won't even
hospital.
see me on vacation.
Somebody pray for me.
You won't even see me on vacation. You won't
Right.
see that. Because
Right.
that's not what I'm putting on social media. Social media for me is business and
Right.
motivation.
Right.
Everything else is private. That's my private life. So I'm
Right.
not posting everything for everybody to, oh, they doing this now. Oh, they doing no, you're not gonna know everything. People give a million people that they don't know too much access to their life. Then they wonder why people have opinions.
Right.
Yo, you know what I mean? People can have opinion on something they don't know nothing about,
Mm.
even though they try. But the bottom line is that I don't give them nothing to have. People make uh, uh, conclusions about me on their own because I'm the man I am. I'm strong. I'm firm. I stand strong in my spot,
Right.
and I can't be swayed. You know what I mean? And I'm a leader, not
Right.
a follower.
I
You
agree.
understand what I'm saying? So people don't like leaders when they feel like you know that they're not a leader themselves.
Right.
So
Right.
basically, that's all that's about. You know what I mean?
And one thing I wanted to say too is that you used to always tell me, don't put off tomorrow what you can do today.
And that was basically the thing I was talking about, the mind.
Right.
The
Exactly.
mind,
That's
changing your mind all the time.
that's one of the things that popped up. Don't put off tomorrow what you could do today. So like a lot of times when somebody asks me to do something now, like you said, like your mind can change like a split of a
Split
second.
second. Yeah.
So it's
5 seconds.
I just go and do it right away. They be like, "What you doing?" No, do it when you got time. My time is right now. You asked me to do it. Let me do it right now.
Right.
Because if I don't do it now, it's gonna like sit in the back of my mind. I probably forget, and then
Or
I
you have reasons not to.
right exactly or find a reason. So I'll be
Mm-hmm.
talking to people. They'll tell me like, "Oh, I'm about to do this today. I'm about to go work out or whatever the case may be," and then I'll just be like, I'll stay on top of my friends. I'll be like, "Did you work out today?" "Oh no, I didn't," or whatever. So it's just like just get to it. If find something, I say like put music in your headset, put a TED talk, put something motivational, something that's going
Mm-hmm.
because like sometimes it's the mind getting in the way. So if you block those thoughts out and you block those thoughts out and you put something in your ear, whether it's you listen to gospel music or something R&B jam or something that's going to get you pumped and motivated or somebody just speaking, do that so then that way that won't be your problem. The mind won't be your problem. So
Right. That's all about somebody asked earlier, motivation.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And a lot of times, like I said, motivation is nothing but a motive to do what you need to do.
right,
It's just the reason you need to do it. And if you overweight and if you feel like you need to do something about it, that's your reason for doing what you need to do. That's your motivation.
right,
You know what I mean? Or you unhealthy, you can't walk up a flight of steps without breathing like you just ran a mile.
right,
You need to work out. You need to get healthier.
right.
And that's your motivation right there. That should be your motivation.
So with the people, because a lot of times when it comes to working out, when you say stuff like that, it's so easy to say go and work out. If you walk like you breathing like you walked up a flight of stairs, where do you expect them to start at? Like what steps do you expect them to take to get to that point? Like should they take baby steps? Like because some people get in and they get in with a trainer and that trainer be on them like wham
No,
bam.
see, that's the one thing I'm
Like,
not. That's the
this
one thing I'm against.
they scare them out the gym, and they be like, I can't do
Right,
it.
right. People overtrain them the first couple of days, and then they don't like it. They don't
Right.
want to come back because they don't want to go through the pain. They don't want to go through the pressure. I don't do that. No, no. I start. There's levels to all my training. We start on your fitness level. Whatever you can do, we do a lot of it
Right. Okay.
until you can do more.
Okay.
And then I add this. I say, well, let's try this now. Well, let's try this now. I'm not one of them trainers that want to have people crawling out the gym or feeling like they're dying. It don't
Right.
take all of that. It don't take all of that.
Right.
It just, and then I start most people on circuits where they're not lifting heavy weights, so they're not doing a lot of plyometrics or a lot of hit training. They're doing basically the same movements all around for 5 or 6 sets. Then they could go.
Right.
That's just get fine tuning their body to be able to be functional.
Right.
And a lot of trainers out here now, these young guys and guys, you know what? There's a lot of trainers out here training now that's not even certified. I'm not even gonna get into
Right.
that. But the thing is, they take them in and they just want to rough them up. They want to do this, do that, do that, do that. And then next you know, the person is nauseous. They ready to throw up. They want to leave the gym and never come back.
Right.
You want to get with somebody that's knowledgeable, that's certified, and that know what they're doing, and know how to bring you in or get or going on the levels, not just throwing everything on you at one time.
Right.
A lot of the women that I train, if they're not athletic already, when they come in, they do ball work, which I do, and they do floor work. Until they can do that fluently, they don't touch a weight.
Right. Right.
And they lose weight in the process of doing that.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just because the body is moving.
Right.
The body, once you come to the gym with me, you're moving. Ain't no sitting down and doing nothing, but it's not stuff where you can't do. It's stuff that you can do.
Right.
And then once it improves,
then you move on to the next thing.
We move up. We take it to the next level.
And I just want to thank you for coming on the show today, because I see that it's getting close to our hour.
Okay.
But I just want to give you your solo moment so you could tell people, leave them with a message today, and then let them know where they can find you. So I'm gonna give you your solo moment.
All right. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. You know what I want to tell people as it pertains to fitness. You know, once we're born, we're destined to die. You understand what I'm saying? On a tombstone, you got the date you were born, and you got the date that you died. In the middle is a dash. That dash is your life. You can make that dash as short or as long as you want to, through what you put in your life, through the choices that you make throughout your life. We have to make healthier choices in our life to live a longer, more fruitful, more abundant life. And the bottom line is that if we don't do that, it's nobody's fault but ours. Now, there's mental health, there's emotional health. Emotional health is so stressful that emotions kill. It's just like a gunshot. People are dying from being so stressed out. So the bottom line, focus on making the right decisions in your life. Put yourself in the place where you want to be in life with the right people in the right places doing the right things. Because the bottom line, the wrong thing happens immediately. Right thing take work. The wrong thing don't take no work. You know what I'm saying? So if it's about fitness, you feel like you need to work out. If you ever thought about it, you need to get to a gym. You need to get somewhere to a park and run. You need to get somewhere and do some laps. The bottom line, because no matter what's going on with you, if it's anything like type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, strokes, or heart failure, obesity, it don't get better unless you make it. I got people that's trained type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, that's off medication right now. They've been with me not even a year yet. We have the ability to do with our lives what we need to do with them if we make the proper choices. You understand what I'm saying? If you're in a situation that you don't feel like you're happy in, if you're in a situation that you don't feel like you belong in, God allows U-turns. It's your choice to remove yourself. Not caring about what nobody else think about the situation. It's your choice to put yourself in life where you want to be. And that's nobody's responsibility. And it's nobody's business. We got a tendency to make choices on how other people feel about our own choices. No, we got to make choices as it pertains to our life. You understand what I'm saying? Because when it comes to people, we make other people more important than we make ourselves. We got to be the most important. You understand what I'm saying? We can't breathe, can't nobody breathe. You know, when you want to fight, they say, in case the oxygen mask drop down, put your oxygen mask on first. Because if you don't put your oxygen mask on first, you can't help nobody put theirs on. You can't help nobody if you can't breathe. So if you miserable, if you upset, if you in a bad space, you depressed, and you still trying to help people, you can't help nobody. You need to help your damn self. You know what I mean? And that's basically all I got to say. Thanks for allowing me to be here, Toya. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. And where can these people find you at,
Yeah,
Papa
and I'm in New Jersey. I'm in Extreme Gym, Nutley, New Jersey, 75 Franklin Avenue. I'm in there every morning, 4 a.m. to 8 a.m., then back in the afternoon from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And we training and we getting in shape. We train for results, and that's what it's about. I'm black on Instagram at Blessed and Unstoppable, Facebook Mike Atkins. Reach out. Any reason, I'm not one of the person that charge for anything you ask for. Reach out, let me know what's going on with you, and we can make things work.
All right, love you. I
Love
appreciate
you too.
it. Thank you for the gems, and thank you for continuously delivering them to me. I know the world was able to be blessed by you today, and then and to receive a blessing like that I've been receiving all my life, and what makes me
Absolutely.
the person that I am today, because you play a pivotal role in my life. So I love you dearly, and
Love you
I'll
too,
be
boo.
talking to you after the show. Anyway,
Absolutely.
all right,
All
later.
right. All right, P. Y'all take care. Be blessed.
Be blessed. So yeah. Everybody shout out to my dad. I really enjoyed the show. I hope y'all enjoyed it just as much as I have enjoyed the show. And listen, if y'all have any questions, put them up. He'll always look back at the interviews, and he can answer some of y'all questions later. But thank you so much for supporting the show. Please, if you are watching today, the most that you can do is go on our YouTube. You can look up Whatever You Say podcast and like, share, and subscribe. Even if you don't share, please subscribe, because the more subscribers that we get, the better the situation is for us to grow and prosper. So, all it takes is a click of a button. Go on the Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube page. We love you so much. And listen, it's whatever you say. And I'm out. Period.